It's 94.3 WYBC, Daryl Huckabee on a Feel Good Friday. And I'm excited, as always, to support local Black businesses. This campaign we have in conjunction with Yale University is very exciting. And I have a Black business owner from New Haven, not from New Haven, but has a business here in New Haven. And if, ladies, you're into fashion, you need to take note of this conversation we're about to have. His name is Neville Wisdom. The business is called Neville Wisdom, his namesake, located at 27 Broadway, right in the heart of downtown New Haven. His website is nevillewisdom.com as well. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Glad to have you as part of this campaign. I had the chance to walk through the store the other day, and man, the atmosphere and the designs that I saw, if I was of the female persuasion, I would have been excited. But fellas, if you're doing some shopping for the holidays for your significant other or for that woman in your life, this is a place you definitely want to visit.
Oh, absolutely.
So I can tell you have an accent. You're originally from the islands?
Yeah, man. I'm from Jamaica originally, but I've been living here for about 20 years now.
All right. I love the yaman.
You can't take me to Jamaica, but you can't take the Jamaica out of me.
Exactly. I've been to Jamaica quite a few times, so that I love the environment down there and the culture. So how long have you been into fashion?
Long time, man. Like I'd say just about 30 years, like my whole life.
Okay.
Almost had this thing about fashion. I just always wanted to look my best, and it just eventually grew on me. And the environment in Jamaica is really it's about dressing up and looking good, and people like to go out and strut it. So it just kind of like has been part of my most of my life. I found a image my sister posted on our group chat recently, and I was wearing a three-piece suit, like had to be like no more than like 7 years old, and I was wearing a three-piece suit.
Wow. You don't see many of those these days.
No, absolutely not, absolutely not.
So it's one thing to like fashion, but then it's another thing to create fashion. How did you go from liking it to actually creating it and becoming a designer?
Yeah, so and that's a great question because it's one of the things that we come in contact with all the time with young individuals looking to get into the field or get or becoming fashion designers themselves. And liking fashion is totally different from being a fashion designer, actually creating fashion, because there are so many different steps to it. It's not just about like having ideas and going and picking out some clothes that you see in a store and stuff like that. So for me, how the transition came about was I didn't have like a lot of access to shopping because my parents didn't have the kind of income that would allow us to be able to go out to a mall or something like that and buy
Right.
something. But my mother had a sewing machine, like an old Singer sewing machine.
Okay.
And she used to make clothes for our family. But I used to always, for me, I was like, why does the clothes that you make look different from the clothes that people like get ready made, like buy. So I set out to learn how to make my own clothes, and then over the years it's just sort of like developed into a profession. And then I started a company back in Jamaica when I was 19 years old, and I started just making clothes for people.
Okay. So now take us from becoming a designer and creator of fashion to becoming an entrepreneur and opening your own business.
Yeah, because they're two totally different things.
Yes. Yes.
But uh, I I guess I've always sort of been an entrepreneur. I had that kind of spirit ever since I was younger, I can remember as early as back as like selling confettis and balloons in school, and everybody was asking for Christmas gifts. I was asking for like stuff that I can resell so I can put a little money aside, you know. So it, there's always the conflict with being an entrepreneur and also being a designer, and I've been able to somehow split the two
Hmm.
to make it work. But it is like two totally different sides of the fence. You know, with design, it's like mood and personality, and just like the idea to create something that is unique. And business isn't necessarily that far fetched from that. We definitely take the same. I definitely take the same approach. I say we a lot because it sounds better, but it's really just me. Build the company. Yeah, and the you know, just being able to kind of like know what the market is offering, how
Right.
people are responding to, you know, because you have to pay your bills, and
Yeah,
you have to
absolutely.
pay, and it's difficult being an entrepreneur because you know, you're responsible for like payroll,
Yeah.
taxes, all of that stuff. It's not like just getting a paycheck and everything is already deducted from it.
Right.
You know, you have to keep on top of that, and those responsibilities can be overwhelming at times. I've had I've always had an accountant in the past,
Hmm.
and they were the ones who sort of like helped me to keep my books in order. But I would also have to know what these they're doing, or what it is that I'm doing to relay that to them,
Right.
so they can make sure that at the end of the year, I'm not overpaying taxes, or my profit and loss statements aren't looking like they're
Right.
supposed to, stuff
So
like
let's talk about what you offer in the store. And again, we're talking to Neville Wisdom. He has a store front down at 27 Broadway in the heart of Yale's campus.
that.
I had a chance to walk through the other day. So your designs are very unique, and I detect that you're not going to find your designs in any other type of stores. You have crafted a style of your own, so to speak.
Yeah, you know, as a small business, and a small black-owned business, definitely the style is unique. Our style isn't familiar with any other styles that are on the market as such. You know, there's a lot of like chains and big box stores that work off the same block patterns and kind of like create the same kind of like looks. But for us, we create our own products
Right.
from start to finish, and so and that's kind of like what makes it a little bit different from the
Okay.
looks, you know.
So, ladies, if you want to stand out from the rest of the pack, definitely Neville Wisdom is where you need to shop. And again, fellas, the holiday season is coming up. So, if you want to treat that special lady in your life with some nice fashion designs, Neville Wisdom 27 Broadway is definitely the place to be. And your website, people can check you out there as well, nevillewisdom.com, correct?
Yes, NevilleWisdom.com is our website. You can go on there. We're selling a lot of masks right now online. That's been sort of like the business that's kind of like kept us going for a long time now. And so when you go online, you can find all of our masks that we make physically with our hands, you know, right here in the shop.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today, and so glad that you're back up and running and thriving. And we're wishing you continued success on behalf of Yale University and, of course, WYBC.
No, absolutely. Thank you guys for giving me the shout out. And sorry, we're in the store, so there's business going on in the
You,
background.
you have to conduct business. I understand. I understand. Well, you have a great holiday season and
All
stay
right.
safe.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And again, that's Neville Wisdom, 27 Broadway in the heart of Yale's campus. I'm Daryl Huckabee on the Rhythm of the City, 94.3 WYBC.